Can Jordan preserve its stability? When people think about the Middle East, Jordan rarely makes the headlines. And that's exactly why it deserves our attention. The Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan sits at the crossroads of some of the world's most dangerous conflicts. It borders Syria, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the West Bank. Despite having few natural resources and one of the region's smallest economies, Jordan has remained remarkably stable for decades. How? First, Jordan has built its reputation on cautious diplomacy and strong internal security. Even during the Arab Spring in 2011, when governments across the region were shaken, Jordan avoided major instability by combining security measures with political reforms. Second, Jordan has become one of the world's biggest refugee hosts relative to its population. Millions of Palestinians have settled there over the decades, many now holding Jordanian citizenship. More recently, Syrians and Iraqi Christians have also found refuge in the kingdom. This humanitarian role has strengthened Jordan's international standing. Western countries and international organizations view Jordan as a buffer against wider regional instability, providing billions of dollars in financial assistance. But stability comes at a cost. Jordan signed a peace treaty with Israel in 1994, becoming only the second Arab country to normalize relations. Since then, the two countries have cooperated on border security, intelligence sharing, water management, and counterterrorism. At the same time, Jordan firmly supports the creation of a Palestinian state. This balancing act is particularly delicate because more than half of Jordan's population is believed to have Palestinian roots. Every escalation in Gaza or the West Bank resonates deeply inside the country. Regional conflicts have created additional challenges. The Syrian civil war brought refugees, weapons trafficking, and cross-border smuggling. Instability in Iraq disrupted trade and raised new security concerns. Jordan responded by strengthening its borders while maintaining dialogue with both neighbors as conditions evolved. Today, however, the pressure is growing. The confrontation involving Iran has exposed Jordan more directly than ever. U.S. forces stationed in Jordan have been targeted by Iranian-backed groups, placing the kingdom in an increasingly uncomfortable position. Jordan's close partnership with Washington has long guaranteed military support and economic assistance. Every year, the United States provides roughly $1 billion in economic aid and more than $800 million in military assistance. This funding helps modernize Jordan's armed forces, secure its borders, improve infrastructure, and support essential public services. Yet many Jordanians increasingly fear that these alliances could also draw their country into conflicts they never wanted. Beyond the United States, Jordan maintains strong relationships with the Gulf states, which invest heavily in its economy, and with the European Union, one of its largest donors and trading partners. The EU recently upgraded its relationship with Jordan through a strategic and comprehensive partnership, reinforcing cooperation on security, migration, and economic reform. Jordan's greatest asset has always been its ability to balance competing interests without becoming consumed by regional rivalries. But that balance is becoming harder to maintain. The wars in Gaza, rising tensions in the West Bank, Iranian influence across the region, and growing domestic pressures are all testing the resilience of one of the Middle East's last pillars of stability. If Jordan's stability weakens, the consequences would extend far beyond its borders. Because in geopolitics, when a stabilizing force begins to wobble, an entire region can feel the shock. Decoding geopolitics isn't a job. It's survival.